Hey fools, it's John Roseveare with some interesting little tidbits. If you've paid attention to new cars in the last few years at all, you've noticed that we're seeing more and more of creative use of lighting, LEDs in particular. This is especially true of luxury cars, and it really started with Volkswagen's Audi brand, Audi subsidiary, a few years ago. It's kind of become an Audi trademark. Audi has led the way in this, but lots of other brands have picked it up, and it's not just other luxury brands, but it's even mainstream brands. New Hondas and Jeeps have some of this as well, but it's definitely a big deal in the luxury space. I was at an event this past Monday where GM unveiled the all-new Cadillac Escalade, their big SUV, and it had a whole bunch of interesting details related to the creative use of lighting. There were little LED strips in the door handles and on the running boards that were kind of intended to gently guide you into the vehicle at night and stuff like that. And of course, complex headlights with a whole bunch of different sections that work together to create low beam and high beam effects. If you're looking at this on Fool.com, you can see a close-up of the new Escalade's headlights. It's this complex array thing. It's a big departure from headlights we were used to, just even a few years ago. And of course, everybody is trying to raise the bar on creative uses of lighting now as LED technology gets more affordable and more elaborate. And Audi continues to lead the way on this. But one challenge in trying to innovate with things like headlights and turn signals is that government regulators often take a dim view of lighting solutions that deviate too far from what they consider to be standard or acceptable. And this is something Audi is running into right now. They just refreshed earlier this year their top-of-the-line A8 sedan, and it has a bunch of interesting lighting features. One feature, for instance, is a system that automatically dips the high beams when there's oncoming traffic. That system is already on the market in Europe, but it's not here because US regulators haven't approved it for here. So A8 sold here have just the conventional headlights. And now Audi is pushing to get another system on this new A8 approved here. These are sequential turn signals. They go beep, 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 and point, sort of like Las Vegas lights. And that's, again, already offered in Europe. And, if you're seeing this on Fool.com, you can see the graphic that shows what they look like. But it's a legal conundrum here. And the reason why is that the US regulations, the rules, require turn signals on new cars to be of a certain size. But each of those individual lights, and they come on, of course, one at a time, is too small. Ford has sequential turn signals on its Mustang, but Ford designed it in such a way that the very first light that comes on when you hit the turn signal is big enough to satisfy the legal requirements. So they didn't get in any conflict with the regulators over it. Automotive News, trade publication, reported this week that Audi is planning to meet with the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration next month to sort of get their blessing to bring this funky new turn signal to the US. And I don't know how good their chances are, but it's clear that sooner or later the rules are going to need to be reworked as manufacturers push to bring more of these sort of distinctive, creative, trademark lighting ideas to market on future cars and trucks. And it's another trend that is helping to differentiate brands that are on top of this. Thanks for listening, and Fool on.